Hey, everybody, welcome. John Harris here with you, along with my pal, Billy Smith.
Hey.
And our band picking out the theme song here. It's our sponsor's request, Dennis and Graldi. Hey, Dennis, if you're watching at some point in life. Do want to thank Dennis from Violin Realty Corporation. He sponsors all the Public John events, and we didn't get to thank him on air last time, but I did get some messages in on the video to let everybody know. And I think I did make an audio addition too. So from our last show, welcome. This is John and Bill. We're in the cheap seats, and it's brought to you by Violin Realty Corporation in Vineland, New Jersey. Our pal Dennis and Graldi's there. And you can call if you have any real estate needs, whether it's business or residential. It's 856-690-9482. They're located at 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. And like we said, it's whether it's residential or whether it's business related, buying, selling, renting it out, leasing, whatever you need to do in the real estate market in South Jersey. Dennis and his folks can help you out. That's Vineland Realty Corporation, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey, 856-690-9482. And we want to thank Dennis for sponsoring all the Public John events, Cooking Up a Murder, the Public John podcast, Public John Radio, which we've had some technical issues with. We're getting ready to kick that off. And of course here from the cheap seats. And we're focusing just on getting the NFL started for this show. These shows are probably, at least for football season, probably going to be in the half-hour range. Bill and I will make our picks and record them, and then next week we'll do it again, and we'll let you know what our records are. Remember, we beat Vegas last year, so if you guys want to make a couple of bucks or go into the entertainment business with it, feel free. How you doing, Billy?
Oh, just wonderful, Johnny.
Good.
Thank you.
No problem. You look good. You sound good.
Getting there, day by day.
All that matters, brother. It's all that matters. All right, let's get this shindig started. Right now we're at 0-0, buddy. We're dead even.
All tied up.
We were pretty close to that last year, though. We stayed close. Billy and I do this two different methods, kind of. Billy's a little more analytical. He does look at more numbers. He looks at more trends. And I use the old sitting on the couch eye test. I will say I do watch more NFL Red Zone, try to get a feel for teams and stuff like that. Billy plays some fantasy stuff, so he gets to see a lot more numbers. I'm playing in one free fantasy ESPN league this year, so I'm going to give that a shot again. I used to do a couple of leagues a year. Billy and I used to do a couple of them together. We actually had one team together one year, I think,
yes,
if I remember right, and we did pretty well. So it's fun, and we'll see what we do. But pick wise, we're both above the 66.6 percentile, which beat Vegas. So if you want to have some accuracy, I'm pushing for us. I'm shameless. I think we did well. So we're going to run down the games here first. Thursday night, tomorrow night, folks. If you're watching us on Wednesday, tomorrow night will be, what is the date going to be here, Bill? The 7th? Yep, September 7th. Today's only Tuesday. I apologize. It's not tomorrow night. It's 2 nights from
Thursday
tomorrow. 2 nights. I'm rushing the football season as soon as I can, Bill. It's so much fun. I wanted to get here quick. But Thursday night, 2 nights from tonight, the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. And Billy, as we know from our previous show, I think this really is a Super Bowl preview. And it's in LA. I think it's going to be a tough one. Buffalo is picked by 2.5. And like Bill and I last year, we picked a game straight up, and then we also picked against the odds. So straight up, who you got, Bill?
I got Buffalo straight up.
All right. I took the Rams. So we got
there we go.
So we got our first game. It's going to be a little different. That's good. That didn't happen very often last year. And against the spread, remember, Buffalo is favored by 2.5 in LA.
And I'll give the 2.5.
So you're going to take Buffalo all the way, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Bill's going to take the 2.5. I obviously by taking the Bills, I'm almost compelled to take it to say that it's a 2.5 because yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. All right, next game is the Saints at Atlanta. The Saints are picked by 5.5.
And I'll take New Orleans, and I'll give the 5.5.
So you're taking New Orleans both ways.
Yes.
And there we go. I took New Orleans straight up, and I'm gonna do the same thing, Bill. Sorry, but it's funny because when you write New Orleans, it just looks like no. It's like 4 no's across the board. Atlanta's got no. Does Atlanta have a shot to win this game? No. I just don't see it. The Browns in Carolina, it's 1.5 now, right? In Carolina. Of course, the Browns don't have Deshaun Watson yet. So they are starting Jacoby Brissett, who seems to get in these situations, doesn't he? New England with injuries,
Indianapolis.
Indy with injury, last minute. Well, actually retirement, that was Andrew Luck retiring, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then and now with Deshaun Watson's suspension, Brissett was the number 2 guy, so he's elevated. He will be your starter for at least, 11 games?
11 games.
11 games. Whew. It's in Carolina. Baker Mayfield has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and some will say he plays best that way. And it's in his new home in Carolina. So there you go. Browns, Panthers. What do you got?
Carolina, and I'll give the 1.5.
So you're going Carolina across the board?
Yes.
And so did I. Well, I didn't originally, but as far as the spread, I didn't have it down, but that was especially now that it's 1.5.
Right.
I got to go Carolina now, definitely, for sure. Niners and the Bears. Niners picked by 7 in Chicago.
And I'll take the 49ers minus the 7.
All right. So you're going San Francisco all the way. I'm taking San Francisco definitely straight. I'll tell you, the spread makes me think it could be close because I just don't know what Trey Lance is going to do yet. He could come out firing and be great, but he could also have them first game ever jitters. I think he played a couple games.
I just think their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with San Francisco. Plus, Deebo Samuel, I think he's going to be tough to stop. Steelers, Bengals, Cincinnati picked by 6.5.
And I'll take the Bengals minus the 6.5.
There we go. So we're taking Cincinnati. Billy is both ways. As I don't know. Sometimes these games in that division get closer than they're supposed to. Trubisky is officially the starting quarterback. They moved the rookie Pickett to number 2 over Rudolph today. Right. They announced that finally. But I just don't know. I might go with. No, I just can't pull the trigger on it. I was thinking about on the spread of keeping the Steelers, and watch that happen, and I'll kick myself in. Like you said, first instinct, and I went with more of that last year, and that's what kept me in the hunt. I think it got me back in it because I was way behind it. Philadelphia at Detroit. Philadelphia is picked by 4.
I will take Philly to win the game, but I'll take the points.
I think I was leaning in that direction, but because it's only 4, I think I'll keep Philly across.
It was going to be my upset special of the week, but
was it? You thought about it, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see. Shutout here and here, and then against the spread, you're taking Detroit, and you know what? It was my hunch anyway. But we need some differences, and I'm on the fence. Either way, I'm on the fence. I'm going to go ahead and keep Philly with a spread.
Okay.
That way we got a little, because we won't get it here. It's the Colts in Houston. Colts are picked by 7. It was 8 yesterday, but now they've knocked it down to 7. I don't know who the morons are betting on Houston.
I gotta take
Couple of-
my boys. I'll
Yeah,
take the
oh, yeah.
Colts.
You're taking the Colts across the board
And give the touchdown.
and give the touchdown, and I am too. I mean, I just don't see the deal. New England, Miami, 3.5. Miami favored in Miami.
I like the Fins, but I'll take New England plus the 3.5. I think it might be a field goal game.
All right, so you're going to take Miami straight up, but New
Yep.
England on the spread.
Yep.
I took Miami straight up as well. And you know, I hate to say it, but I think I got to be with you on the spread. I actually was leaning toward taking New England at one point, but I'll because I just think Belichick can figure out a way to hold to it. I really do. I think but I just think they might have too many weapons. Tyreek Hill might be blowing that whole thing up anytime.
So you're taking Miami.
So I'm taking
minus the points.
Against the spread. Yes, I'm taking Miami straight up. But against the spread, I'm taking New England. Yeah.
Oh, you're
Probably
taking New England against the spread.
Yeah,
Okay.
against the spread,
Okay.
same as you. Yeah.
All right.
Baltimore and the Jets. Baltimore picked by 7. I'm surprised it's that low. They're not even 100% sure Wilson's playing yet.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I mean, yeah, that's like having me out there at quarterback with Joe Flacco. I mean, I got more mobility with 2 artificial knees than that guy's got.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I'll take the Ravens minus 7.
Yeah, I got to do the same thing. I mean, I already had it straight up, but now and that's not even counting if Wilson plays. And if Wilson plays, how long is he going to play if he's gimpy? So, Jacksonville and Washington.
I'm gonna
It's
take
2.5, right? Yeah.
Yep, gonna take the Commanders minus 2.5.
Ooh. And you're going to take them against the spread too, right?
Yep, minus 2.5.
My friend, I hate to do it because it's one of your teams, but I'm going to go with that as my upset pick of the week.
Nice.
Is Jacksonville. Just a hunch. I could be way wrong, as you know, with Jacksonville. It could be either a really good pick or you're way off, Johnny. I don't know why you did it. Yeah, and I'm starting to think that's it, but it was just a hunch that I think Jacksonville's going to come out and give them a game. Meanwhile, just the opposite, late Sunday night, I think it is, Giants and Tennessee. I don't think that's Sunday night.
No, that's not Sunday.
No, that's not
Tampa,
Sunday night.
Dallas. Tampa,
Yeah,
Dallas.
Tampa, Dallas is Sunday night. I don't know why that. Oh, Sunday late, the afternoon games, like the 4:00 your time games.
Right.
Giants are at Tennessee. It's 5.5. Tennessee's favored.
And I'll take the Titans minus the 5.5.
Yeah, I have to as well. Too good a defense, and the Giants are
Dismal.
dismal. Yeah, abysmal, dismal. You're right. They're both. Kansas City, Arizona. In Arizona, Chiefs are favored by 7.5.
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, that's right. It was 7. It was 8 last night. So that's a point and a half. It changed. Wow.
I think Kansas City will win the game, but I'll take the points.
All right. So you're taking KC for the game, Arizona for the spread. You know, at 6.5, that's actually a pretty good pick, I think, pal. I really do. And let's face it, I got on the Kansas City Red, baby. Chiefs Kingdom. Plus, it's cold. I don't know why I'm cold. It's cold in here. Right? Change the AC or something here. I'll tell you. That's probably the way I should go. Logic says that's the way to go. I'm obviously not going to do that because if you got to talk that much about it, then you ain't doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Chiefs to win by more than 6.5. Raiders, Chargers. Chargers are picked by 3.
And I'll take the Chargers and give the 3.
All right. And you're taking the Chargers here. If it was 4 or 5, I would take the Raiders against the spread, but 3.
Yeah, it could be a push.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Raiders on the spread.
Do it.
I'm gonna be a man here. I mean, I remember last year I was way behind and caught up. It took a whole bunch of weeks to catch up. So what's the worst could happen, right? Just something tells me that the Raiders might hang in there for a little bit.
So you're taking the Chargers, but
I'm taking the Chargers straight up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna take the Raiders on the spread. I just think the offense is going to be pretty good. I think they'll lose the game because their defense isn't as good as the Chargers. But
right.
All right. Packers, Minnesota. Packers are picked in Minnesota by 1.5 points.
So this is my upset of the week. Minnesota plus the 1.5.
Woo! Well, hate to tell you this, and I can show you. I already have it written down. I took Minnesota straight up as well, and you're taking Minnesota on the spread. But that tells you that if I'm taking Minnesota, I'm probably taking the spread, obviously, because they're so that'll tell you across the board. We both took Minnesota. I just don't think the Packers have the receivers. I don't think they have the weapons. Minnesota does have some weapons. So it's a matter of if they can play a little defense, they'll have it. So let's see. Tampa Bay, Dallas. Tampa Bay picked by 2.5.
And we'll take the Buccaneers and give the 2.5.
Okay. So you're taking Tampa. I took Tampa straight up. You're taking Tampa on the spread. I am too. I'm sorry, but I gotta. I just don't like Dallas's team. Prescott's okay. Zeke's not the Zeke he used to be. Pollard's pretty good. CeeDee Lamb could be okay, but he doesn't have a whole lot of help in the receiving core. I mean, I know he's got Dalton Schultz, but the other side, I don't know what they got yet until Gallup comes back, and they're looking at like week 3,
week
4 before he comes back. Yeah, so, and that was Sunday Night Football, which will be on NBC, as is Thursday night's game is going to be on NBC this Thursday. Then after that, all the other Thursday games will be on Amazon Prime. So you've got Amazon Prime in the hunt this year. You got, of course, the regulars, ABC. We'll do some ESPN stuff, so I think they have a game Monday night. And then, of course, you got NBC, which will do the Sunday night games.
And
so,
CBS.
CBS and Fox will have all the Sunday games. I don't know who's going to have the Super Bowl this year, but whoever it is. I think we have a tie ball game here in Philadelphia. We do. It's 1-1 now. Not that matters. Just I looked up and saw. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. And this is the first time in a few years, if you notice, that there's only one opening Monday night game. Remember, there have been 2 for a while.
They got spoiled now.
We got spoiled, but now but I think it's good because you couldn't have them back to back. The second game was going to get abysmal ratings because the East Coast people weren't going to watch it, Yeah,
I guess 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock, I think.
I was just going to say, and it would start in the fourth quarter of the other one. And if that was a good game, nobody's switching over. So a few diehards might after the first game, but I can't see ratings helping you much there. So unless you're on the West Coast. But we have Broncos and Seahawks. Broncos are picked by 6.5.
You know what? I always like taking the dogs on Monday night, but Not this time. I got to take the Broncos
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you take
give
this
the six and
dog,
give it and give 6.5.
I'm jumping. I'm watching you. Yeah, you know, there's a bad joke going through my head right now, but I'm not gonna say it. It's got to do with the CEO of Bed Bath and Beyond. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not jumping with you. Let's put it that way. Uh, if you took that dog and somehow you won, I should be the one looking to because that's bad. But yeah, Denver, you got to look at Denver, and you got to look at Denver to cover fairly easily. Says 6.5. Wouldn't surprise me if they win by double figures.
Right.
So that's where we're at, pal. I think we're pretty much ready to go with the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, unless
So
we
I
get
think we
some
only got two differences straight up.
straight up. All we have is what Buffalo and the Rams, the very first game,
Yep, and Washington and Jacksonville.
and Washington and Jacksonville. Yeah, everything else is the same. But against the spread, we might have a couple.
Yep.
Well, probably only a couple. Detroit, Philadelphia,
Yep.
Washington, Jacksonville.
Yep.
Oh, Arizona, Kansas City. So
Arizona,
we got
Kansas
three.
City.
Yep. So we got
And the
three.
Chargers in Vegas. You took Vegas.
Oh, did I took? Oh, I took. Yes, I took Vegas. You're right. So I do have. We have 4 differences there. So that one will be interesting. Which because that's unusual for us to have that many, whether it's spread or straight.
Yes.
So we're starting off the season with a bang, pal.
Here we go.
We're getting ready.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. 2 more days. Biggest news, and I think I already mentioned it, was Pittsburgh finally made it official and made Mitch Trubisky their first string quarterback and named Kenny Pickett their second string and Mason Rudolph third. There was talk that Rudolph might get traded to Detroit to be the number 2. That hasn't happened yet, so I don't think that that's going to occur. I can look and see if there's any headlines before we go.
Yeah, just Lazard from Green Bay is questionable.
Okay.
So he's uncertain. So that could really be bad news for Green Bay.
Yes.
James Robinson will play week 1 versus the Commanders.
I saw that. Yes, I did see that. He'll play week 1 for Jacksonville, the running back.
Rookie Drake London from the receiver for Atlanta. He came back to practice, so he should be ready to go.
Okay. Shepard's ready to go for the Giants after his Achilles injury, so he's going to be ready.
Waddle will be ready to go. T. Higgins for Cincinnati be ready. Rondell Moore will be ready.
Yeah. So it looks like just about everybody that can be is going to be ready to go. The only person I did worry about was TJ Watt because he was banged up in the last exhibition game with a knee, and there was some talk about it being a cheap hit, or like a crackback block below the legs. It wasn't called, but when they showed on replay, it was. So it's a matter of a couple of weeks later, is he healthy enough to play? Interesting things. I mean, we've got Russell Wilson in Seattle. That's going to be interesting. I think Mayfield playing in Carolina against the Browns this first week is going to be interesting. Jalen Hurts may be a guy to watch because now with all the weapons, if he doesn't deliver, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. It wouldn't surprise me if some point he doesn't deliver after about the 3rd or 4th game. You might see Gardner Minshew start to get some playing time. But then again, he may deliver. He is a mobile quarterback. That's the way to go these days. So he may be what they need. But if not, don't be surprised if these guys pull the trigger. I mean, because the Philly fan base, they're not patient, especially with the Eagles. As much as they like the Phillies, as much as they like the Flyers, let's face it, Philly's an Eagles town.
Yeah,
it's like Boston is a Red Sox town. No matter what, you have certain sports and certain teams that just inflame the passions, and in Philly, it's the Eagles. And I think if Hurts doesn't deliver in games that he's supposed to, he may be holding a clipboard and wearing a baseball hat. The other part you got to worry about is some of these guys could get hurt. I mean, he's also one of them guys that could run and get hurt. Lamar
Sure.
Jackson risks getting hurt every time.
Yeah,
Wilson in Denver now will get,
yeah.
he runs around. He could get
Josh
hurt.
Allen. I
Josh
mean,
Allen, Kyler Murray,
'cause
Mahomes.
Josh Allen runs like a running
He
back.
runs like a fullback. He's like a linebacker with a football. I mean,
Yeah.
he runs over people. Mahomes got hurt one year doing a 1-yard quarterback sneak for a touchdown.
Yep.
And then was gone for like 6-8 weeks because he hurt a bit. So these guys that are a little mobile have to be a little careful as well.
Yes.
And we've both seen it. One play and you could be done. Aaron Rodgers, one play and his knee was gone in game 1 year. Who was I said? I was just Tom Brady, game 1, about 10, 12 years ago, got hit, and Matt Castle ended up playing the rest of the season.
Yep.
So it can happen to anybody at any time in football. But I think as far as we know, everybody that is supposed to be ready to go is ready to go.
Ready to go.
And we'll know in a couple of days how things start. Buffalo and the Rams, Thursday night, folks. Get ready. Get your popcorn out, as T.O. would say. It's showtime.
And enjoy the game, folks.
Enjoy the games. I want to thank my pal Billy Smith. We will meet up next week, go over our picks, who did what, as quickly as possible. Keep these things short so you guys we can get right to the point for you. And enjoy our picks. And if you have comments or anything, send them to the public john@outlook.com as the email, or on Facebook when we post this. You can comment on the video. The video from the last show is out on Facebook, on YouTube, and the audio is out in the places you can get your podcasts, and on Simplecast Radio you can stream it. So you're all set, folks. We're ready. We got you set for football, baby. It's time. Let's go knock some helmets together, Bill.
There we go, buddy.
For my pal Billy Smith, for my buddy Dennis Ingraldi, who sponsors our show at Vineland Realty Corporation. Remember, you can go see them at 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey, or call them at 856-690-9482. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next week on From the Cheap Seats. Cueing the band, Bill.
There we go. Cue it up.
There we go, buddy.